Hello, how are you? My name is Matthew. You are in the moment, just on my way home. Just before 2 o'clock, feels like minus 15. Snow is on the way. This is one of the last two remaining designated encampments here in the Halifax Regional Municipality. Green Road encampment on the other side of the harbour. This is the Barrington Street encampment. Snowstorm on the way. There are lights on in the tent, so I just want you to know on this first day of February 2026, there are humans over my left shoulder, and they'll be in those tents this evening if they haven't already sought out shelter, couch surfing into a shelter, whatever the case may be. I'm just giving you real facts here. Okay, I just wanted you to see this. Know when the snow starts to fall and there's 90k winds, there's going to be humans right here. Okay, my name is Matthew. You are currently caught up in the moment. Hello, how are you? My name is Matthew. You are in the moment, 1:30, third day of February 2026. Just on my way to work. This is a fairly new location. I'll show you where I am here in a couple of moments. But I just wanted to let you know, listen, I appreciate everyone who reaches out to me in private messages and makes comments on my videos, just showing people in real time what's happening with humans out in the winter elements here on the Atlantic coast. So I appreciate the private messages that I get from people, the support for just doing what I'm doing, just turning my phone on and sharing stories and showing you visuals. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm glad that I'm reaching people. I'm opening up your mind and opening up your hearts on the different conditions, the different circumstances as to why people are out here. And the people in Western New Brunswick are finding that out as well. I got a message this morning from a childhood friend, a very dear friend of mine. There's going to be like a public discussion on the homelessness crisis that is in Western New Brunswick. It's going to be at the Andrew McCain Memorial Theatre at the Woodstock High School. All that information is up on my Facebook page. So if you live in that area, if you're in Western New Brunswick and you're concerned about the housing crisis and the number of people that you may have known at some time that are finding themselves without four walls, please go to this, because this housing crisis has no geographical boundaries. This crisis does not discriminate. So just on my way to work, about -2. It's definitely a lot warmer than it has been. But I just want you to know, as I was walking in today, I walked by the Barrington Street encampment twice a day. I go by it twice a day, whether I'm walking or on the bus. I saw an individual today, a young male, getting out of the tent, crossing Barrington, and getting into a cab. There was a really sickly cough coming from one of the other tents. So no, today, right here, this afternoon, on this Tuesday afternoon, the third day of February 2026, that there are people in summer-like tents, buried in snow. Unbelievable. Okay, I just wanted to bring you up to speed. I know these videos, the shorter they are, the better they are. I know just the attention span. I know there's a lot going on. But I just want you to know that I'm not going anywhere, and I will continue to share the stories of the unhoused with you. Looking forward, I'll leave you with this. Looking forward to my upcoming conversation on Friday morning with Jory Giggy, who is the Executive Director of Miramichi Housing Solutions Incorporated, and Patty Quinn, who is Deputy Mayor and also a board member. I'll be speaking with the both of them Friday morning. You can hear that conversation in its full entirety on Truth from the Booth, Folked Up Radio on Sunday, February 8th, which is Super Bowl 60. Super Bowl 60, New England Patriots, Seattle Seahawks. Let's go Seahawks. I'll leave it there. Okay, I'll turn the camera around, give you an idea where I am, and then I'll say goodbye. So you're looking at the Casino Nova Scotia, which is on the move. That'll be out in the Dartmouth landing area. I think I may have mispronounced where it's going, but it's not going to be here anymore. So this is all new. This is the all new Cogswell Exchange, looking up at the McDonald Bridge. Okay, that's going to do it for me. I just want to let you know, jump in here, say hi. I love the comments, love the feedback. If you're watching this at your leisure, I appreciate that as well. On an overcast, -2 kind of Tuesday, this 3rd day of February 2026, my name is Matthew, and you are currently caught up in the moment. Hello, how are you? My name is Matthew. You are in the moment. It was a struggle to get on. I did say in a post earlier that I was going to do a show at 11:30. That was before I found out that I have to be back to work by 6:30 tomorrow morning. So I wanted to go live at 11. Technical difficulties has me here at 10 after. So just a 15-minute show on this Tuesday night, February 3rd, 2026. If you're going to watch this live, I appreciate the late night views. And if you're watching this at your leisure, I appreciate that as well. Just a few things to discuss. Again, therapy for me. The last show I did from the comfort of my own home was the 26th of January. And I thank you for all the live views, all the views that video acquired. Greatly appreciated. And Sunday, I went into the city before the storm, booked the room 302 on the 3rd floor at the library. You can go in and book it for a couple of hours. You can book it for an hour. You don't need a library card, a good place to go escape and get some work done. Lock the door behind you. So I did a quick show there, very impromptu, in the moment. And then I decided that I was going to walk home because I wanted to give people a sense, a real idea of what people were going to be facing Sunday night when that nor'easter rolled into the Atlantic provinces, mostly Nova Scotia. Quick video right there at the bus stop with the tents behind me. And I made a comment about this in my afternoon show on my way to work. A gentleman who I don't think I've ever met. I don't know if he's ever left a comment on any of the shows that I've ever done. But all he said was, "Thank you. That really shook me." So that's kind of like the whole point of why I've been doing this since August of 2022. If it just changes one person, that's great. This is just an ongoing, continuous awareness campaign that no one, and if you're not in the 1%, no one is going to escape this crisis that everyone is staring down. For me, it's simple. Maybe because I'm a simple person, but it's just mathematics. We know the cost of living is going up. Everything is getting more expensive. And if you are staying at the same wage that you've had for the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years, it's dangerous times. Dangerous times. So we are doing a lot on the back end of this crisis, but there's so much more we could be doing on the front end of this, like giving people a livable wage, making sure that landlords don't increase the rent 5% every year. Just little things like that, right? So to everyone who is fighting, everyone who is advocating for change, for the rest of us, you are appreciated. So I made mention of this in my show on my way to work today. I do appreciate the private messages from individuals, people that I've gone to school with, people that I've known my whole life reach out to me every once in a while. A video that I do touches them in a way that it's a reality check. So I appreciate it. I appreciate the live views. I appreciate people getting caught up. It's just, again, therapy for me. I'm just looking into the white dot, the camera on my laptop. I don't see an audience. I'm not looking out at an audience. Really, it's just me talking to me. I want to quickly talk about Truth from the Booth, the other platform that I use to get the stories out there of the unhoused. Just some fantastic numbers. Just this past Sunday, I had a conversation with Ellie Janowitz, who is in Stellarton, Pictou County, Nova Scotia, and that show had just over 29,000 listeners. It's a folk station. It's the number one folk station in Canada. This radio station started by Mitch Bigger as the result of the pandemic. It's heard in 162 countries. We are huge in Holland. So if you want to get your story out there on my favorite medium, radio, that's my background, please reach out to me. Over 29,000, just over 22,000 heard the conversation between Lynn and Rebecca, who are the founders of Hugs, who I'll talk about in a couple of moments. So I started Truth from the Booth independently back in May of 2024, and with the numbers that I just told you, I'm now up over 1.2 million listeners to my show. So that, to me, is just, you know me, I like numbers, but the fact that the mission accomplished, my goal was to get people's stories out there, and people continuously contact me. I'm continuously reaching out to people. So 1.2 million listeners to my Truth from the Booth on folkedupradio.com, a great radio station based in the wonderful community of Perth, Andover, New Brunswick. A little further up river, Miramichi, New Brunswick. This Friday morning, I'll be speaking with Patty Quinn, who is a board member on the Miramichi Housing Solutions Incorporated, and I'll be speaking with the executive director, Jory Giggy. I'll be speaking with the both of them, and I just want to show you the conversation. The conversation will be based on the Community Hub Impact and Service statistics from May 2025 to the end of January 2026. So we're just going to look at the numbers. It's going to be a great conversation. We're going to talk about the demographics, housing outcomes, housing stability, housing prevention. They are just doing fantastic work in the Miramichi, and I'm going to have that conversation Friday morning. You can hear it in its entirety on Super Bowl Sunday, February 8th, where I will predict right now that the Seahawks will win the 60th Super Bowl from Santa Clara, California. I want to get serious here real quick. I am in search of an individual, independent, or you're with an agency, but I'm looking for serious representation for voice work. I got a background in radio. I love the camera. VCR, voice, camera, radio. So here it is. As an agent, there's no physical work, but at the end of the day, you get 15% of whatever I make. So I just need someone who believes in me as much as I believe in me, that we can make some money off of the vocal cords contained right here. So you shop me around, I book the gig, I voice the gig, I get paid, the money is good. Anyone in the business will tell you that voiceover work pays well. So if you would like 15% of what I make, I don't care. I could have 15 people. You get me the work, I book it, I voice it, I get paid. I will give you 15% guaranteed. Guaranteed. Nick, hello. How are you? I'm hoping that the mic level is okay. Okay, talked about that. This was, and I mentioned this in a real quick show on my way to work, but I'm going to mention it again. And everything that I'm talking about here, I'm going to put up on in the comment section. But I will, in the very near future, this show is going to look a lot different. I'm going to start using the open broadcasting software. I have it. It just takes time to learn it. I know that once I get going, it'll just come really quick, but I'm one of those tactile individuals. I need to read it. I need to see someone else do it, but I physically need to do it myself. So I'm just taking baby steps, but in the very near future, the look of this show is going to be very, very different. It's just not going to be me with a microphone. There'll be graphics and stuff like that. So looking forward to helping this live stream progress in any way that I can. Okay, thank you, Nick. Appreciate it. So
Got a message today from one of my childhood friends, an individual who I've known since elementary school in Woodstock, New Brunswick, which is my hometown. And there is a public forum that is happening later this month at the Andrew McCain Community Theater at the Woodstock High School, which is the high school that I went to. And it's a public gathering in regards to the homelessness crisis in western New Brunswick. So I'm going to put that information up. It's already up on my Facebook page. It's a sign of the times. And like I said to my friend this morning, the housing crisis, people who are on the streets, it does not discriminate. There is no geographical boundaries when it comes to being unhoused. So February 25th, Tuesday, February 25th will be the first session, 6 to 8 at the McCain Community Theater in Woodstock. The second session is tentatively scheduled for the middle of March. I guess we'll see how the first one goes, but I'm sure I encourage, seriously, I encourage, if there is any type of public forum in your neck of the woods concerning homelessness, unhoused, the housing crunch, whatever phrase you want to put to it, please go and get educated. Get yourself educated. A quick shout out to Rebecca and Lynn, the founders of Hugs, Hearts United in Giving Society. Like I mentioned, had them on my radio show a couple of weeks ago. Just over 22,000 people had a listen. And I'm sharing everything that is happening with them. They're getting new members, and it seems like every day they are getting donations from community. And that's what it's going to take. It's going to take community to help community. So to Hugs and everyone behind the scenes, helping, get the packages together and contributing to the packages. Thank you. I'm going to close it out here. I'm just going to, a couple more minutes. Said it was going to be quick. I got to get up early, go back to work. The look on people's faces, because I was there this evening when everyone left work, and everyone's going to come back to work in the morning, and I'll be right back at the desk. I'm sure there'll be a lot of head scratching. This is something that I like to call saved. So over the last few days, since the last time I was here in front of the camera, if I see something on Facebook that grabs my attention that I want to share with you because it's been shared on Facebook, then I save it and I share it with you. Do you see what I'm putting down here? So I just want to give a shout out to Adsum House for women and children. They're just doing remarkable work. They are helping people out with just the cost of living, rental arrears, utilities, just helping people out, helping women and children out in vulnerable situations. So just a shout out to them, and I'll put their post in the comment section following this live show. Humanity Project, based in New Brunswick. I've been following them for a while, just doing fantastic work. They put a post up saying that this year, 2026, families can expect an increase in money that they get from GST. You can do further research. Again, a headline that caught my eye. I'll put that story up. It was shared by the Humanity Project. So I'm going to share their post in the comment section of this show. And one more thing that was put up by All Things Annapolis Valley. These are Facebook pages. All Things Annapolis Valley posting that the Nova Scotia government is going to start helping renters. If you just quickly read through it, with rental arrears, it's so ironic. It's so ironic that the Nova Scotia government is helping renters who find themselves behind in the rent, when on the front end, why can't you just not jack up the rent 5% every year? We've been here over 4 years. Our rent has gone up $248. We're paying just over $1,600 here. And I know people who, it's just one person, and they're not in anywhere near the square footage that we're in, and they're paying $2,000. So we are lucky. I really like where we are. We're just on the outskirts of the city. I have a view of the McDonald Bridge. I can see the ships come and go. I can see the Naval Yard, 6 floors up. beautiful sunrise, beautiful moonrise. So we're very lucky to be where we are. But being unhoused is certainly it's on the forefront. Like I said, going back to the cost of living, everything is going up. And if you're on a pension, if you're on a fixed income, if you're with someone else who if you part ways, you're just completely hooped. Those are just a few of the scenarios of why people find themselves outside. And I'll finish on this, and I know I say this often. An individual by the name of Sean, who has been watching my live streams for a while, left a comment. Or maybe it was in a private message, but he was just wondering why the people who were in tents up on the Barrington Street encampment, and again, on the way home on the bus tonight, the lights are on. So there are people again this evening in tents. They have electricity. I don't know if they have heaters in there, but they have some type of light source. But for the last, I'm sure every night when I come home on the bus, the lights are on at the tents. And they've been on through every storm that has ripped through the Atlantic coast the last 2 or 3 weeks. But he was asking, why don't they go somewhere else? And I gave my reasons as someone who has never really had to experience that. But I did mention that, going to a shelter is just not an option for some people. You would be leaving your home and leaving it to the elements. You're coming back to your tent is just completely crushed by snow. So if you stay, you ride out the storm and you're able to, protect your stuff. Logistically, maybe it's just getting from point A to point B. I don't know if search and rescue is out, but there's a multitude of reasons why people don't leave their tents during severe weather. Maybe they're in there with another person, a couple other people. Maybe they're making it work inside. I don't know. Only the occupants know why they stay and why they go in extreme weather or at any other given point. Okay, that's going to do it for me. I'm going to watch an episode of Landman with Billy Bob Thornton on Netflix. If you're not watching it, you should be. Viewer discretion is advised. Okay, into work early tomorrow, 6:30. Done early. That's the beautiful thing. So I'll have the afternoon to myself and maybe learn a little bit more about the OBS. Okay, thanks for hanging out. My name is Matthew, and you are currently caught up in the moment.
Hello, how are you? My name is Matthew. You are in the moment. Saturday, February 7th, 2026. Light snow, overcast. -7, feels like -13. Just getting back from the Halifax Central Library. Was in there with Mariah Baker and Mila McKay. Just having a sit-down conversation. All part of the Feed the Pigeons documentary that is being worked on. So just a shout out to Mila and Mariah. I'm on my way home. I'm right underneath the on-ramp to the McDonald Bridge, just off Barrington. And I noticed this the other day and I wanted to stop. I wanted to share it with you. Over my left shoulder, you can see where a few months ago, a contractor came in and fenced off the area to keep people from tenting underneath the structure. There have been multiple fires underneath there. So I just want to stress that this is the one of the two designated encampments here. The other one being Green Road encampments on the Dartmouth side of the harbor. Nancy, hello. So this is a designated space for the unhoused here. Lots of folks, lots of structures along the path that runs parallel with Barrington going into the city. A few weeks ago, there was like 24 tents down there. Maybe half a dozen people, the size of that rat. Maybe half a dozen people there. But what I want to show you right now is a contractor has come in and again is getting ready to put up fencing to keep people out of the area on the east side of the path. So there is electricity here. There is power here. But as I go I'm right in the corner As you can, like, over right above me is the on-ramp. So as I walk further, the on-ramp will get higher in elevation. So heavy machinery has come in here, backhoe or something, but you can see how they've just pushed all the debris to the back and kind of made a berm behind me. But this will all be fenced in here. So on my right hand side you have the naval yard. But they have cleaned this up, and they will be putting a fence in, and people will no longer be allowed to seek shelter underneath the on-ramp, which until today you could do so. There hasn't been tents here in a while, but you can see the remaining tents over my left shoulder. They're really congregated close to the bus terminal or the bus shelter, the bus stop. But just know that there are people there right now. So this is going to be a fairly large area that is going to be fenced off. Now I know that the municipality has talked about closing all the encampments within the next 18 months to 2 years. But I can imagine that the contractors will be back here on Monday, and this will all be fenced in. So they are literally eliminating places where people can go. So that's it. That's the last cluster here at the Barrington Street encampment. They do have power there. You can go by at any time of the day, especially in the evening, and you will see lights on there. So just know that there's humans out there. So I'm getting pretty much up into the other end here. It will jump the road, and then the fencing will continue. So yeah, this is new. Like I said, I was going to work this week on the bus. I saw the contractors in here putting the poles in. So this week, this will all be fenced off, and there'll just be less access for people to escape the elements. I can tell you it's much different underneath this on-ramp than it is being over there in the tents. So again, here we are, early February, a Saturday afternoon, just before 1 o'clock, -7, feels like -13. Got a gentleman over there who's taking water out. I'll put up some pictures as well. But just know, humans here on a Saturday, we need to do better than this. My name is Matthew, and you are currently caught up in the moment.